Hello dears, and welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna. Today we are in Benidorm city center, right next to the famous Saltoki cafeteria that we have right there behind us, and the hospital clinic Benidorm and Park of La Higuera, which is located right there behind our backs. And we will be making our way towards the Benidorm's train station. Why? Because there's a lot going on. There's a lot of building work, and I've showed you in the latest news update that the line of Benidorm train has been cut here, so you need to get some alternative transport to be able to use the train towards Alicante or Denia. So let's head there, see how the building works are doing, and take a closer look on what to do if you want to travel with a train from Benidorm. Let's go. Right now, as you can see, we're starting the video at the giant crossroad here. And as I've told you already, this is the famous Saltoki cafeteria with some typical Spanish tapas and snacks. It's really popular amongst people who are living here in Benidorm. You won't see as much tourists here as you might expect. In this zone only, you are able to see someone that are using basically the train service in here, or are staying somewhere at an apartment nearby. There's also not a lot of the hotels in this area already, mostly residential apartments or short-term apartment rentals. There are, however, still quite a lot of shops available. There are some shops where they sell nice and cheap clothing. You have some typical Spanish, 100% authentic Spanish bars here, where you can get some cheap beer, cañas, cheap breakfasts as well. Some supermarkets like Más y Más, basic supermarket right there in front of us. And there's also a lot of buses passing by here which communicate with Benidorm city center and Mediterranean Avenue. So just in case you will be here in the zone, this is, by the way, the bus stop. This is how they're looking like. Let me show you the bus stop. This is how the bus stop is actually looking like, and here you have the timetables. For example, here you have two buses, bus number 1 and bus number 3. The number 1 basically goes up until Aqualandia and Mundo Mar, and the number 3 just goes towards Benidorm. If you scan this QR code, this is the bus stop number, and they'll just let you know when is the time for your next bus to come, so you will exactly know how much more will it take for you to wait up until the next bus will arrive to this specific bus stop. Here we don't have like big billboards showing you the amount of time for waiting. It's usually in Alicante, like in bigger cities. Here it's not the case. So this is how we basically know how much time will we need to wait. In front we have La Higuera Park as well, the famous green La Higuera Park, which is where all the parades usually are ending and where a lot of different celebrations are being held throughout the entire year. This path up until the train station is going up the hill, so bear that in mind if you will want to come here. As you can see, the hill is not as big, but still it's there. There's some micro pigmentation places. Oh, that's interesting. Lifting, 20 euros. There's extensions for lashes, 50 euros. The eyebrows as well, micropigmentation, 10-20 euros. That's quite cheap, I think. Never did that, but that's quite cheap, I think, with the nowadays pricing. This area, as well, as I've said, it goes up the hill, so you need to be careful with that. Need to bear that in mind if you have mobility issues, or if it's for you it's difficult to go slightly towards up the hill. So you can use some mobility scooters. However, inside of the train as it is, only people with like true mobility issues can use these type of wheelchairs and electric wheelchairs. Mostly you need like to certify that you need to use it, or like you have like a cast, like your leg broken or something like this, you know. So there needs to be like a valid visual reason why you're using it. You cannot just go with a boogie into the tram and travel with it whatever you want, sadly, but no, it's not possible to do so. Let's cross the road, and here we already can see some changes starting right there in front of us. The right side of the road is going to two lines just for a one unique line. There are signs everywhere saying that the street is kind of finishing here, and there is a roundabout at the end, a small roundabout, which is where you either can turn to the left to go through other streets here in Benidorm, or directly go all the way back in case it was a mistake and you did not know that the street is actually closed, although there are a lot of signs for it. Oh, by the way, this is a stop where actually we have the bus that will bring you towards the closest train station. These are the timetables. As you could have seen, you can pause it or go rewind. And this bus, it's not this one, this is just a typical bus number 1. The other one, I think it's like a big bus, like a type of Jet2 holidays, you know, like a transfer shuttle bus. And it has labels in the front and on the back saying Tram. Okay, so like orange, white, orangey label saying Tram station. So this is the one you would need to take, but it's just for a couple of weeks from now. Afterwards, this bus should not be needed any longer because the works should be finished. Although knowing Spanish, mañana, mañana, you know, like Spanish tomorrow, tomorrow, probably it will take them slightly longer to finish all these works. Oh my goodness, what they've done here. This is epic. Wow. This is a giant work. Oh my god, they're changing everything. By the way, here you have Benidorm to Alicante. It shows you that once you got out of the bus to go to the tram, this is where you need to head. So it shows you with the arrow that you need to go straight forward. This is just wow. I knew they had to do like a big work, but I did not expect it to be so much. So this is supposed to be like a kind of tunnel. So the idea basically is that the railway, like the train line, will be passing as it usually was. However, the road that was going here will be below that bridge. So there's going to be some kind of like a bridge, and there's going to be a short tunnel that will like connect these roads to go directly to Benidorm. Why? Because usually there were a lot of giant queues. Oh my goodness, just look at all this. This is crazy. Like, that's the first ever such a huge change that I'm seeing here in Benidorm for all the time that I've been living here, which is a decade basically. Wow. So all this line, what they're doing is basically to create, you can see here there's going to be like a bridge on the level, which is where the train will pass. Before, that line was closing the road. See here on the left, just turn to the left if you want to go towards Alicante. Very, very important. Ooh, I wonder if it's because there's difference between if you want to go to Alicante or Altea. Let's see. So this part was like kind of closed, and people and with cars needed to wait up until the train will pass. So it was really, really uncomfortable. Right now, it's not going to be the problem any longer what it is for now because they're building all the things, but it's not going to be for a long time anymore because once it will be over with, this area will be way more comfortable to access. So it's going to be one problem less for Benidorm town. As you can see, there's a lot of people here, a lot of people using the train service. I suppose it's because the train has arrived as well right now. Usually there's not as many people here unless the train is about to go or it has just arrived, you know. There are even people with luggages here just waiting someone to pick them up probably. Let's head towards the end side of the train station here down the corner and see, maybe we can gasp around and see what's happening inside, because from the main entrance we're not really able to see much right now. If you want to know how the train station is looking from the inside, how to use the vending machines, basically to buy the ticket, you can check it out in the other video that we have about Benidorm's train station and how to get here. I'm going to leave it linked for you down below. Oh yes, there is a train right now. That's strange. I thought there were no trains in here. Let's go and see. Maybe this is to Alicante. Yes, This train is definitely to Alicante. Oh, now I know. Now it all makes sense. Now it all makes sense why there are different signs in here. As you could have seen, this is what's actually happening. The train that goes from Benidorm towards Alicante is being taken right here at the first stop. So in case if you want to discover every single village that is between Benidorm, oh, crazy hair lady, that is going between Benidorm and Alicante, you can take the train no problem at all on this very station here in Benidorm town. However, if you're going on the opposite direction from Benidorm towards Denia, this is actually where there is the one single issue, and this is where people are actually walking straight forward, and this is where the bus actually comes into place. Let's see if we're lucky. I'm going to try and show you some more building works going on up there. We'll go the opposite side and we'll see if we can catch this bus to show you how it actually looks like. Right now we are on the main entrance and exit of Benidorm's train station. You could have seen slight sneak peek right there. And here we have the other sign. We did not see that one before. This says actually Denia. So people who came here with a train, it says that it's like a change from train towards bus. It doesn't mean you will go with the bus up until Denia. It just means that you need to take this one stop from here towards the closest train. So it does actually make sense. Since this part of the road is closed, this is the only like small part that is not accessible for the train at the moment. This is what it's actually going on. So if you go to Alicante, I'll explain it to you in more detail slightly further on, but if you go to Alicante, basically you don't need to use a bus service. Only if you go towards Altea. Just look at these giant machines working here. A lot of people are just staring at it as well as we do right now. Right there behind our backs, we have a bus station, which is where people are waiting for the bus, which is like a big touristic bus, you know, the ones that they use for a shuttle service whenever you come here to the airport and they're bringing you towards the hotel. This is this type of bus, and at the front and at the back they have this same type of sign that says Tram Station, and basically going towards Benidorm Denia Tram. So like this, you actually know that this is the place where you need to go, and as you can see, there's quite a lot of people right there. Let me show you in a second. This is how many people are waiting right now for the bus shuttle to bring them towards the next train stop, which could bring them anywhere between Albir, Altea, Alfaz del Pi, Teulada, Denia, or any other kind of town, city, or village. And right there behind us we have the loveliest, prettiest Benidorm and its amazing beach line. Let's go and see if we can find out this walking path that they say that there should be authorized path to go in case you don't want to wait for the bus as it is. By the way, on our way coming here, I did see some of my subscribers from this Spanish channel that I have about the life here in Spain, not only touristic but like literally daily life and news for people who live here or who are planning on moving towards Spain. And I've got to see these two subscribers, and I've asked them actually like what is going on. Well, there's a lot of people actually going from there, so I suppose there is a direct access probably. I've asked them, they were literally waiting for the shuttle bus, and I've asked them for how long they were waiting, and they said like, well, already like 25 minutes, it's another 20 minutes to go. So or like another 25 minutes to go. So it takes a long time for the bus to come. Like, I mean, it's just too much, and on the wind that is going on right now, I don't know. I get that the train is going once every hour, so obviously they put a bus shuttle on the same like timetable as the train is going. I get it, but like 1 hour waiting here on the cold, I don't know about that. Here on the right side, by the way, right before the railways, there is another path that is probably the path that you need to use to go to the next train station. Let's see what we have here in front. I'm curious. Probably this is the access towards the parking. Probably it's the access towards the parking, yes. Because this is actually, there is a huge parking here on the right side, as you can see. A lot of people leave their cars here as before, and then they were supposed to get like a free bus towards the center of Benidorm. You just need to take a specific ticket in the machine, put your number, like the amount of people, and they give you free one use tickets to go to Benidorm city center with this local public bus line. So probably this is why people are just leaving their cars here, and in case they need to go somewhere in the area, and they're just walking past right here, right this area here. The alternative road was on our right side. Probably it's not there's no signs. I mean, there's no signs about the alternative road to go to the next stop here in Benidorm from where the train is actually working. They promote a lot the bus service that is bringing you to that stop, probably to avoid accidents or something like this, but it's just really strange that everywhere in the news they're saying about this walking pedestrian option, but they do not promote it here. There is no signs whatsoever, which is really strange. However, at least now we know that it's not as difficult as it seemed to be. So this is how Benidorm's train station is looking like right now, and as you could have seen, you do have the access towards the parking, so you can potentially leave your car out here and then just go walking comfortably through all this area. You can also go walking up until the next tram stop, which is not towards Alicante but towards Albir and Altea side, so totally opposite. The great news about it is that you can comfortably travel towards Alicante whenever you want, and you don't need to use additional bus service and bus shuttle, as we thought that this probably would be the option, but I'm glad it's not the case. So only those of you who love to travel towards north part of our region will need to use this alternative transport. Thank you all for watching today's video. My hubby's right there behind us. I wish you a lovely day, and I hope that this information was really useful for you guys. And now you know what to expect. This line with additional bus shuttle, it will be working for 2 more weeks. Starting from today, the day of this video will be published. And from then on, this new bridge, this new access will be totally fine, and the tram will be able to circulate perfectly fine down here. So there's going to be no need of extra transport apart from the tram. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the new video. Bye.